Hi everyone, today we're going to talk about symmetry. Objective, identify lines of symmetry. Here are some important words that you're going to need to know for today's lesson. The first one is symmetric. Symmetric means one side of a figure is the same as the other. Symmetry. When a shape is folded over a line and the two halves match. Here would be the line right here. If we fold this shape over the line, we want both sides of that star to match. Mirror image. A doubled image that looks the same, but it's in reverse. Line of symmetry. Divides a figure into two mirror image halves. This is a wonderful, wonderful image for showing symmetry. What we see is a picture of a butterfly. The line of symmetry, shown here in purple, is the imaginary line where you could fold the image and have both halves match up exactly. Think of half of the image being flipped over the line. Both halves are congruent, the same size and the same shape. Here my image is of a rectangle, not a butterfly, but I could fold it on this purple line of symmetry, and if I were to take the left half of this rectangle and imagine it flipping over, it would match up exactly with the right half of the rectangle. Symmetry is called mirror image because things look flipped around like they do when you hold them up to a mirror. Writing is the same size and shape, but looks backwards in a mirror. Try writing something and holding it up to a mirror at home. Here I have an example of a letter D. The curved side of the letter D is facing to the right. If I were to take this card and hold it up to the mirror, the curved side of the D would be pointing to the left. It's flipped over. Notice if I put this card right next to the other one, we could draw that line of symmetry right down the middle. If I fold this D over, it would be flipped over and it would match the other half. This is kind of fun to experiment with at home. Just try writing down different messages on pieces of paper and holding them up to see what they look like in the mirror. This image has at least one line of symmetry, but there are more. Do you see any more? Take a few minutes and study it, and then we'll go ahead and check. There would be a line of symmetry going diagonal from corner to corner in this direction. We could also draw in another line of symmetry from the opposite corners. And then we could divide this shape in half this way as well. Why isn't this a line of symmetry? If you said because there is not an arrow on the bottom half like there is up on the top, you would be right. If we folded this arrow over this line of symmetry, the top and the bottom halves would not match. How many lines of symmetry did these objects have? Why don't you take a moment to write them down on a sheet of paper or in your math notebook if you have it with you. Draw them, pause the video, and draw in the lines of symmetry. When you're ready to check, please continue with the video. This would be a trapezoid and it would have one line of symmetry right down the center. Our hexagon has many lines of symmetry. We can draw one straight across the middle. We can divide the shape in half this way. We can divide it in half like this. We can also divide it in half going this direction. And finally, we can divide it from the other two corners, corner to corner this way and corner to corner this way. Wow, that's a lot of lines of symmetry. How about the letter A? This one only has one line of symmetry right here down the middle. We're going to end today with a part of a YouTube symmetry rap video from a teacher named Mr. Thompson. The full video will be linked on the classroom website, so you can watch the whole thing later. It's kind of long, so I'm not going to play the whole thing right now. But enjoy!
is here to say we're gonna learn about symmetry today. Listen up and don't be square. Learning symmetry got savoir faire. Back and forth and side to side, up and down and narrow and wide. When that side is the same as the next, that shape's symmetrical, east to west. Symmetry's the name of the game. It's really cool, it is not lame. Tell me, do the sides match up? If they do, it's got symmetry. What's up? Draw a line down the middle and then check to see if the sides match when you fold it over. Easy as pie. Find that symmetry the very first try. MCT is here to say we're gonna learn about symmetry today. Listen up and don't be square. Learning symmetry got savoir faire. Back and forth and side to side, up and down and narrow and wide. When the side's the same as the next, that shape's symmetrical, east to west. Symmetry's the name of the game. It's really cool, it is not lame.